Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Liquor Russia, and today I want to sit down and talk about Call of Duty World War II Zombies and what I expect from it and what I think it's going to be like. Now, this is going to be another one of those candid videos where I just kind of sit down and talk. There's no real professionalism to it, I guess, quote unquote, like some of my other videos are. I just feel like I should kind of sit down and talk to you guys. So I do have to say that right now we really don't know very much about Call of Duty World War II Zombies, and there really isn't much information about it. But from what we've been able to get from Charlie Intel and from the actual Sledgehammer Games team, we can pick out a little bit of what it's going to be like. Not really details, but just broad topics. So right away I want to say that I don't think it's going to be like Treyarch Zombies or any of the other installments of Zombies that we've ever seen. I think it's going to be more of a extinction crossed with zombies, where there's an objective to it and you can't go on forever. It's not going to be a round-based system, and I think it's just going to be objective-oriented, and once you do that, you're on to the next level. It's going to be sort of like a story mode. And from all the details that we've seen coming from World War II Zombies, it feels a lot like Sniper Army Trilogy, where it's basically just, okay, it's a story mode, it's based around sort of Nazi zombies, and all you have to do is just run in, go through the actual level, and then there's a little bit of a scary part, there's a boss fight, and then you go on to the next level. I feel like that's what it's going to be, especially if it's in third person, because that would sort of fit the Zombie Army Trilogy feel. And that brings me to another expectation. If we don't see a zombie Hitler in this game, I'm going to be so disappointed, because they're ramping up, Nazi zombies. It's going to be scary. It's going to be visceral. It's going to be all these sort of things. I expect it to be scary, and I expect it to be somewhat realistic. I'm not expecting, Hitler to come out and, for political correctness sake, I know that Big Brother YouTube is listening, we're going to call them German windmills, right? Take that from Johnny J. So I think what it's going to be is, hopefully at the end of maybe a story mode, a campaign, whatever it is, I hope that we're going to see a zombie Hitler, and he's going to be a sort of boss fight, where at the end of that we're going to see a cutscene. Maybe that leads into the next game, maybe that wraps things up entirely and we're not sure where we're going to go from that. I really don't know. But hopefully we're going to see a zombie Hitler, and it's actually going to be somewhat scary. Up next, if any of you guys have ever actually played Fallout and you know what VATS is, where basically it's just, you can kind of zoom in on your actual enemy and it stops time, and you can choose where you're actually going to try to hit your enemy. It gives you percentages, it gives you a sort of meter as to how much VATS you can use and allocated to which thing. But I really hope that there's something like VATS, where basically once you actually shoot an enemy with VATS in Fallout, what it does is it creates a sort of animated cutscene where you either follow the bullet or it tracks the enemy, and then what it does is it shows you something really cool where, let's say it blows the guy's head off, right? And then you can actually, it'll track his head rolling on the ground, whatever it is, right? I would hope to see something like that, because that's also in Sniper Army Trilogy, and that's something that I think that has been missing in zombies for a long time, is where you can actually just, use a sort of system where you can follow your bullet and it'll go through the guy's head and it'll have his head rolling on the floor. I think that would be something that's cool. One of my other expectations is that I hope to God that this is actually somewhat difficult, or that there's a difficulty system to it, because if it's not going to be round based and it's going to be a sort of campaign, and it's going to be there's going to be a story to it, and it's going to be in levels, then I really hope to God that they put a difficulty setting into it, because there's obviously going to be the people that wimp out and they're going to go to the easiest version. But if you want to be a masochist, I hope that there's an option where it's almost impossible, and then that makes it a little bit of a deeper experience for us that actually have to play the thing for over a year and post YouTube videos on it, where, let's say, the fastest time that you can get through the level on the hardest difficulty. That would be something that keeps me entertained. And that leads into my next point of speedrun leaderboards. If there is going to be a leveling system, which I'm really banking on, they haven't confirmed that, but it seems like where they're going with this, and if they're going to be scary about it, they really can't have the option of doing what zombies has always been, and they said that they're not going to be like regular zombies. And if they're going to do this, I really hope to God that there is a speedrun in-game leaderboard where you can go through all the difficulties, all the levels, whatever it is, right? And then the fastest times at the top of the leaderboards. I really hope that there's actually going to be some competition for that. I hope that it's not going to be super glitchy like it was with Free Run in Black Ops 3, where it's extremely broken and people can get through it in 0.00000 seconds, right? I really hope that they can actually crack down on that, and they can have a good in-game leaderboard. And the last thing that I hope and expect out of the game is that it is just overall good, and they have good storytelling to it, it has good gameplay. I really just hope that this succeeds, because The problem is that right now with Zombies Chronicles, the hype is already starting to die down a little bit from the community, and I'm not really sure how we're going to last basically about a year and a half of Zombies YouTube with just, what we got in Zombies Chronicles if there's no super Easter egg or there's nothing groundbreaking that we can actually go in, explore, and really get the community hyped up for. And I'm not expecting Treyarch to put out anything else because, let's say Call of Duty World War II Zombies flops. That would be 2 years in a row that we have to fall back on the Treyarch games to actually go back and do with YouTube and stream, and you guys have to play whatever it is. It's something that I really just hope to God is good for the purpose of content's sake and for the purpose of, just keeping the community together and actually keeping people in the community playing it, talking about it, watching YouTube videos, because I don't think a lot of people realize that the actual Zombies YouTubers are really important to the community, whether you believe it or not, because that's where a lot of the conversation happens, that's where a lot of the ideas get spread around. It's a really important thing in the community, and if there really isn't much of a backing to it, as shown with Infinite Warfare, then it kind of flops. And if the game isn't good and there's not a lot of depth to it, then people aren't going to play it and YouTubers aren't going to post videos on it. That's just as simple as that. And yeah, we can go over and we can do multiplayer, but for the people that are hardcore Zombies fans, and for the people that have established a channel on Zombies and don't really want to go over to multiplayer, it's going to be tough if it isn't good. But this is just my opinion. This could all change in the coming months. I don't really know. No one really knows what World War II is going to be right now. Hopefully it's good, honestly. Tell me what you guys think it's going to be in the comment section down below. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? What do you think it's going to be like? While you're down there, I'd appreciate a like. And subscribe if you guys are new around here, and turn on notifications because you're my daddy and I love you very much. Anyway, speaking of that, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.